Good morning, retail traders. This is the trade that I got in today. It's called the SPY. I scalped it for a beach trade first thing in the morning. Did pretty good on it. Then I wanted to get back into it again because I'd seen it started falling down. So I got into the first entry here at 137. Bounced up a little bit to the 200. I was wanting to break that 200 and maybe get up to a resistance level and go ahead and scalp it. Once it hit that 200, it went ahead and pulled on back. So I went back to my 383.16 that I had, and I added some contracts on that. By this time I had 10 contracts. It started bouncing up a little bit, but it never did break that snake. This is the trend line that was coming down. I was hoping that would go ahead and break, and then the selling just kept coming in. Then I finally bought it down here at this trend line here at 382.13. Then she dipped down again and created a head and shoulders. So by this time it started curling back up. And then I was watching that trend line of the snake, and it broke out of that trend line. So at this time I was feeling pretty good. It did form a pattern, and it did break out and run up to my second entry at 383.16. But during this period right here, I was really starting to sweat it out because I was down like $650. But I've learned, and I've got 19 years of trading. I'm a real good chartist, and most of the times I'm spot on. But when I get in a bad trade, I've learned lately to go ahead and stick it out. Today's not the best day to be cost averaging down or sticking it out because of what Powell is going to be talking about tomorrow. I'm expecting a 0.75 even if we get that. If we get a 50, the market's just going to fly. If we get a 1%, we're going to probably tank. So I'm sitting here charting it up all week saying that it's priced in, that the 0.75 interest rate hike is going to be priced in. And that's just me. I'm not saying it's correct or nothing, but with my gut feeling of 19 years of trading, and this is unprecedented times. So we had created that head and shoulders, and we broke out of that snake channel, and then we had the pop. I was feeling pretty good about this time, and I went ahead and took some profit and got out of the trade. Well, it dipped back down again, and I got back into it. I scalped it back up to the 200 from 110 to 143 the second time. And I'm just saying, I would have probably 5 years ago would have sold this at a loss. But I'm really sticking with these trades now. They're coming, it might be the way the market is now. You know, the market's never the same. It changes in time, but I'm adopting to holding on to these trades if I'm at a loss. And I end up coming out a pretty good winner on this trade. End up coming back up here at the top by the end of the day. But it's just something to kind of think about. I'm not going to say cost average down because it's not the thing to do. You want to cut your losses as fast as you can and then buy the dip. But in this scenario, it just happened so fast. I was like a deer in headlights. I didn't know what to do. So I just said I'm going to stick it out, and then bam, we end up going back up to the top. 9 out of 10 times, that's the way it works out if I'm at a loss. 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I would have took a loss and then would have maybe bought the dip. But I end up coming out real green on this, and it's just the way I traded it today, and I think that's about the way I'm going to be trading all the time. If I get into a trade and it goes sour on me, I'm going to stick it out. I'm not saying that's good advice, so please don't take it. But with my experience, 19 years of sitting behind this desk charting every day, I've seen it over and over and over and over again. And every time I've sold, I turn back an hour later and the damn thing's up past my entry price. 9 out of 10 times. So I'm just cutting that lost crap out. I ain't doing it no more. I just want to let you know, it's going to happen. We're not perfect. Our timing's never 100%, but I've got a real good strategy. It's called the snake, breakout, pull back, boom. And it happens every time. I mean, just watch it. If you get out of a trade at a loss, just keep an eye on it. See what happens. I mean, you have to be in a good trend. You have to be in a good trade. It has to have volume. It has to be good news, things like that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, and I wish everybody a great day. This is Washboard Jim. Please subscribe. Ring that bell for future updates. I am live every day on YouTube showing my strategy. Today you could have watched me get out of this trade, how I panicked, how I held on. I mean, it wasn't easy. And that's just the way it is. You have a good day.